Welcome to the Black Gay History Channel. Please share this video and subscribe to this channel for more captivating content. Because I find traditional African, Afro-Caribbean, and Latin beliefs and spirituality so interesting, I'm always impressed when there are openly gay men who become experts in those fields. I think other predominantly black cultures outside of North America get blanketly labeled as homophobic, and while I do think most of the world everywhere is mostly homophobic, there are places like major cities in Brazil where black gay men are covering new ground for LGBTQ people to find spiritual guidance and support. David Diaz is an openly gay Brazilian Umbanda priest who has studied the spiritual concepts surrounding Umbanda for many years and has created spaces for LGBTQ practitioners. Like Candomblé, Umbanda derives from the Yoruba spiritual belief system, which came to Brazil from West Africa, particularly Nigeria, during the transatlantic slave trade. But Umbanda also incorporates some aspects of Catholicism which was brought to Brazil by the Portuguese. Umbanda and Candomblé are Brazilian derivatives of the spiritual practices of the Yoruba people and are related to other Yoruba-based religions of the Caribbean and the Americas like Santeria in Puerto Rico and Lucumi in Cuba. It's so interesting to me that more African-based spiritual practices always seem to be more open to LGBTQ people, especially those practices that descend from the Yoruba, like Santeria, where gay men and trans women are allowed to openly participate in ceremonies, unlike most modern Christian churches. Just like Candomblé, Ifa, and Santeria, Umbanda venerates the different Orisha spirits that live in the natural forces like Obatala, Shango, and Yamaya. Umbanda formed as a distinct spiritual practice in Rio de Janeiro in the 1920s, and since Rio and Sao Paulo have such robust LGBT communities, it only makes sense that they have gay leaders working in Umbanda. Umbanda spiritualists have been discriminated against by the Roman Catholic majority in Brazil since the 1950s, so it makes sense that they would understand LGBTQ Brazilians and hold space for them in their places of worship. David Diaz is a Pai de Santo, or Umbanda priest at the Terreiro Umbanda, an Umbanda temple in Sao Paulo, and he earned his master's degree in science of religion from Pontificia Universidade Católica in Sao Paulo. Not only is he an incredibly studied Pai de Santo who leads an Umbanda temple, he also hosts a podcast about Umbanda culture entitled Atina Pra Isso. I think as more gay men look for community and supportive environments, we should be aware of spaces that specifically support us. So for more stories like these, please check out our faith and spirituality playlists.